All right, good afternoon, everybody. Interesting song, Cameron. I always found a lot of the lyrics in that song, even though it's about Newfoundland, to be quite ironic. Especially the one about the weather, no change in the weather. If you've ever spent any time in Newfoundland, you realize that the weather changes every 5 minutes. But I guess that's the joke. I mean, no change in the weather, the fact that it just keeps changing. When we sort of got together the other night, we're sort of thinking about what we're going to do for today. I mean, a lot of people chose songs that had kind of life lessons associated with them, or lyrics that kind of, you can see it like a parallel with the experience we're going through. I picked something that was a little bit more tongue-in-cheek and humorous, but I guess what you can take away from this is that no matter how bad of a day you're having, or month, or year, or whatever, there's always a bright spot at the end if you're willing to wait for it. So we'll give this a try. It's an old song. I actually learned it from a record. Yeah, I'm that old. An actual vinyl record. It's a Carlton Show Band that my parents had, but I think the most famous version was by Makem and Clancy, but I'm going to do the Carlton Show Band version, or try it. So let's give this a shot. Oh, there's actually an audience participation opportunity here, okay? So the song is actually called Red-Haired Mary, and the chorus goes something like this, okay? Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary. She's the one, she and I will soon be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning. Tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. Okay, so if you feel like clapping your hands or stamping your feet, as opposed to throwing stuff at me while I'm singing it, I'd appreciate that. And if when the chorus starts, if you want to sing along, I'd appreciate that as well. Okay, so let's give it a try. While going to the fair in Dingle, one fine morning last July, going down the road before me, a red-haired girl I chanced to spy. I stopped, and then I said, young lady, my donkey he can carry two. Ah, seeing as how you've got your donkey, I'll ride to the Dingle Fair with you. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. When I reached the fair in Dingle, I took her hand to say goodbye. I took her and moved up close beside me. She hit me right in my left thigh. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. Now I was feeling kinda peevish, and me I was awful sore. I tapped me donkey with me hobnails, I kicked him through Tim Murphy's door. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. A cop came tearing round the corner, told me I had broke the law. The donkey kicked him in the ankles, he fell down and smashed his jaw. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. The red-haired girl, she kept on smiling. I'll come with you, young man, she said. Forget the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in Murphy's shed. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. Go on, sing with me. Keep your hands off Red-Haired Mary, she and I are to be wed. We're seeing the priest this very morning, big finish, and tonight we'll lie in the marriage bed. Thank you.